I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Welcome to today's sermon. And I'm reaching you from the church, the global church without borders, without schedule. And I'm so glad that you are tuning in regularly. Please make sure you share these videos with others. There are a lot of people who have stopped going to church because of the kind of messages we pastors preach and because of the attitude we display. And I felt motivated to provide an alternative that people can listen to and develop interests in the Word of God and in the faith again. First of all, I have a webinar coming up on the 21st of February by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We're going to share with you how to identify opportunities and how to create endless possibilities this year and beyond. The time is 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. There are people who have registered for the whole year, 10-month schedule of lectures that will change your life. So please register for yourself, your family members, your children overseas, your relatives in Nigeria. It's going to be a wonderful time, like as we've always had. There was a time we had people from 33 nations of the world, including Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Australia, Pakistan. Is a global audience, and it will bless you. I want to look at Abraham and the Israeli Defense Force and the Israeli policy towards self-defense and the Nigerian security situation. And I'm going to take my bearing from Genesis chapter 14, from verse 1. At this time, Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Kedoloma, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Golim, went to war against Bera, king of Sodom, Besha, king of Gomorrah, Shinar, king of Admah, Shemba, king of Zebolim, and the king of Bela, that is Zorah. All these later kings joined forces in the valley of Shittim, the Salt Valley. For 12 years they had been subject to Kedolama, but in the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, verse 15, Kedolama and the kings allied with him went out and defeated the Raphites. All that, let me give you the gist of that. All this and went to war. You see, there might be passages in the Bible that look very foolish, but they have a meaning. Let me go to verse 13 and you will understand the meaning now. One who had escaped came and reported this to Abraham the Hebrew. Now Abraham was living near the great trees of Mamre, the Amorite, a brother of Eshcol and Anna, all of whom were allied with Abraham. When Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out the 318 trained men born in his household and went in pursuit as far as Dan. During the night, Abraham divided his men to attack them, and he routed them, pursuing them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. He recovered all the goods and brought back his relative Lot and his possessions, together with women and the other people. You see, Abraham was living in a hostile era, a hostile environment, an aggressive environment. You see, the names of the different kings they called here, they were not kings of very large kingdoms. These were city-states Just like as you have Abalong Komiri Autonomous Community, you have Intiwuzo Autonomous Community in Abia State, where Ezo Duko was king. You have where King, what's this king's name? In Azogugu was king. Osuji, Major Osuji was king. So, like in Igbo land, you have autonomous communities that had kings. And so, like Azumiri, where we had the, what's their name now? Oh, I used to remember their name. The medical doctor and the writer that was based in Warri. They had their own, Azumiri had an autonomous community. And there was war between Azumiri and Iwokem. So a mobile police base was put there. I used to treat the mobile policemen then. So Abraham realized that he was living in a hostile community. So he did not take things for granted. He had 318 men born in his household. He trained them to fight. He trained them, prepared them for emergency because there was war all over. We had crisis in Chad from the time of Hissène Habré, Gokoni Wedeye. We had in Niger, we had in Mali, we had in Libya. We had crisis in the Sahel. We were staying docile, very docile, mumutiously. In fact, a lot of Nigerian leaders are very, very daft. I'm sorry to say. They are not proactive. They only are reactive. There was a time 2 Iranians who had something in Abuja imported a consignment of ammunition into Nigeria. They were seized by the custom. I remember vividly. And I knew that we were heading for something. 2, not Iranians, 2 Lebanese in Abuja. So, this thing we are experiencing had been brewing over the years, and we did not take it seriously. But Abraham was not stupid. The IDF, Israeli Defense Force, did not start with Ben-Gurion. Abraham had his own defense force. ADF, Abraham Defense Force, 318 trained, armed, equipped men, mobile men. And Abraham was described as the Hebrew. The first time the word Hebrew was used in the Bible to describe any person. Verse 13 of Genesis chapter 14. One who had escaped came and reported this to Abram, the Hebrew. Now the word Hebrew is from Habiru or Apiru. It was a derogatory word used to describe propertyless migrants, people who moved from place to place, immigrants, people who were dependent upon people. They were propertyless, they were immigrants, foreign social class, rather than a specific ethnic group. So Abraham was described as a Hebrew because he was moving from place to place. And now he pitched his tent at Mamre. Remember, Mamre is where he eventually bought a place to bury his wife Sarah in the cave of Machpelah from Ephron the Hittite, which is present-day Hebron. So Abraham knew the environment. Nigerian governors, Nigerian military, I must commend our military with the new vigor with which they are attacking the terrorists, Islamic terrorists, particularly in Borno State, and the Air Force in particular are doing a fantastic job. And I want to commend them. But you see, our state governors are usually too concerned about how many votes they will give to Tinubu. They are too concerned about second term. They are too concerned about decamping. They are not concentrating on their primary job as the chief security officers of their states. They are not making appropriate use of the security votes. There are some states that receive up to 2 billion naira security votes that are not audited. And so, Abraham, 318 trained men, when his relative Lot was taken from Sodom, Abraham immediately sprang into action. 318 men born in his household, and they pursued the people as far as northern Damascus in Syria. I've been trying to Google the distance. So they had 318 men. They had a rapid response system. They had adequate transport to carry their people and the logistics. They had skills. Abraham himself led them to war. That means Abraham was still strong. He was a commander-in-chief that could go to war. Commander-in-chief that could go to war. If you like, interpret anything that I'm saying stupidly. And so, Abraham pursued them. About dozens of people were recently Yamutunized in Kwara State. And the people came and went back freely. Then after, we will start the usual reactive approach. Governor went there with Agbada, with security personnel. They will go and see the traditional ruler. Then they will pay condolence visits. Then they will make their usual statements. They will be brought to book. I wonder where they keep that book that they are bringing the people to. And we've never seen the people brought to book. They will be brought to book, and then no stone will be left unturned. We have turned the stones and turned them like a akara that is being fried inside hot oil. No stone will be left unturned. And then recently, the president mobilized a battalion to that place. Why do we like giving medicine to dead people? Some sources say 162 people, the Red Cross. Some local government officials said 64 or thereabout. Nobody knows what to trust. Whether some of the dead people are AI, I don't know. Whether the event is AI, I don't know. And we live in denial. People were abducted in Kaduna State. They denied. Later they agreed. They said there was a military coup. They denied. Later they are trying the people. What kind of confused leadership do we have in this country? Now, hardly, okay, I've read in the case of Borno State, Benue State, in a few places where there was a swift response to pursue these idiots, pursue them and recover our people, recover even money that they stole, that they took for ransom. But 90% of the cases, the people come, strike, and go away freely. Why don't we be like Abraham? Each local government, each community can have well-armed, well-trained, alert vigilante. How many people came? They might not be more than 24 or 30. Most communities have close to 100 young, vibrant men. Most communities have rich men that come from such communities. Instead of staying only in Abuja and Lagos, driving expensive cars, coming to intimidate people during Christmas, why can't you liaise with the state government and the Minister for Defense, form vigilante, arm them well, train them well? You are going to be asking me, some people are going to ask stupid questions. I will ask, who armed the headsmen that were arrested in one of the southwestern states and said that it was government that gave them AK-47 and Hilux vehicles? Why can't our communities, instead of senators shouting in Abuja, A lot of you receive lots of money for constituency projects. Why can't security be one of your constituency projects? If that community had 5 Hilux vans, you don't need to go and buy Hilux. Buy from Innocent. Buy from Innocent. You will buy it at 1/3 the price. Buy pump action rifles for them. Give them enough ammunition. Give them bulletproof vests. Wear them crash helmets. When these guys come, they will meet a fierce opposition. And then arm the policemen. Well, when I see policemen on the road, they carry tear gas canisters. And somebody, a security expert, reliably informed me that when you see a policeman carrying a tear gas launcher, it is because there are not enough functional rifles. There are not enough functional rifles in the police station. And so, arm our policemen well. Have drones. Have good communication systems. Rapid response from the military, from the Air Force, to pursue as far as Damascus, like as Abraham did, and recover all. Abraham recovered all. Abraham the Hebrew. Why was he doing this? He needed to have deterrence. Because there is no demilitarized zone. Any place that is not protected, anything that does not frighten people, others will come for it. And so, well, I see a lot of policemen in roadblocks. As I was going somewhere now, going to check real estate, the place they are bulldozing, I saw up to 15 to 18 policemen on the highway. They were. And I was telling my manager, these men, if we have 1, 2, 3 roadblocks or checkpoints that will check these trailers that carry cows, check vehicles, so might see ammunition, like as they've seen before. But let these groups invade segmentally our forests and likely hotspots. I know the likely hotspots in Delta State. I know where we can have people hiding ammunition. It's very obvious. Very obvious. Those places, they look like shanties. Mobilize the units of the army, police, navy, vigilante. Comb this forest. Let's not wait until people are patronized, then we start running into the bush. We start talking about ransom. No. This war against terrorism is not that difficult to win. It's just that we lack the will, we lack the strategy. Our soldiers and our policemen cannot take unilateral action. There are the ones who have taken unilateral actions before now that were dismissed, that were court-martialed. And so it is a leadership problem from the local government, from the kings in the community, the president generals of the community, the local government chairmen, the governors, the senators, then the presidency. Our children are afraid to come home. People are afraid to come home to invest. We cannot continue like this. If we continue like this, in the next 5 years, there will be no country to govern. There will be no country to transmit votes electronically or not. So why are we hiding our heads in the sand like an ostrich? Why are we practicing obscurantism, deliberate choice of darkness? Why are we running a government of explanations? A government of explanations. It is this. They did not carry out to this. This one did not do this one. And then you make people like us who say the truth your enemies. While you celebrate and negotiate with your enemies come to negotiate with you with police uniform of the officer that they yammutunize. And they deal with you and threaten you. We cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this in this country. If not, in a few years, the prediction by America that 2030, Nigeria will disintegrate might come to pass. And I love this country. And I believe we are capable, our soldiers, our police officers are capable to rid this country of these rubbish human beings. And they vex. Kwara State. But you must have known that when they launched missiles in Sokoto State, these people had been migrating towards Kwara State. It's all over the place. And the police force, the mobile police force, the DPOs, the area commanders, the governors did not put preventive measures in place, deterrence. IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, did not start today. Started with a man called Abraham. Abraham's blessings are mine. Started with Abraham. And their technique of warfare. Abraham was a strategist. He divided his people and they attacked at night. You think what they are doing in Gaza started today is a historical tradition that they've had. You touch one of us, we come after you. So they gave them a mass burial. Our people buried them mass burial. It's shameful. And I'm angry because this is not the nation I was told that will become leaders of when I was at Government College Ughelli. I called one of my classmates today, the former deputy medical director of the Gobi Specialist Hospital, and I was shedding tears as I was calling him. Because to even travel to Benin, one is scared. To travel to Onitsha, you are scared. To travel to Port Harcourt, you are scared. I traveled at night from Delta State to Kaduna. We didn't fear anything. Is this the country that we dreamt of? It's not. We need proactive leadership, energetic leadership, aggressive leadership against this evil in the land, just like Abraham. And for you Christians, don't sing Abraham's blessings are yours and live a stupid life. Abraham had 318 trained men. Multiply by 2, 636 if they are married, plus their children. Abraham had about 1,000 people in his household, in his city-state, in Mamre. And if Abraham was feeding each person with $1 per meal, that is $1,000 per meal, $3,000 a day for feeding, minus horses, donkeys, spears, bows and arrows. No, something is wrong with the messages we are preaching and with the mentality we have as Christians. This docility and stupidity should not be passed over to the next generation. Dr. Charles Apoki is my name. And it vex.